Paul Hawksbee, Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. Delighted to say making a welcome return to the studio, former England spinner Phil Tufnell. Good afternoon, Tuffers.
Afternoon, chaps. How are we all?
Lovely to see you.
Good, yeah.
Your new book is Tuffers, Ashes, Heroes,
Yes.
Legends and Characters from Both Sides of Cricket's Divide.
Yes, absolutely. Well, yes, it's like a love letter to the Ashes.
Okay.
It's not just the guys who have been playing it and the heroes and the individuals, but all that sort of like wrapped up in the Ashes, because it really is something a little bit special. The Ashes. When I was first selected to play the Ashes, the guys were saying, well, just it is a bit different.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, it's just playing cricket. But you sort of take on all the layers of Australia.
Yes.
It's not just playing the Australians, it's the bloke at the door that lets you into the hotel. It's the bloke at customs. He was the first bloke who sledged me, actually. Was the bloke who checks your boots. You land, you go into this place in customs and you make sure that the boots haven't got any mud on it because you don't want to bring any diseases or anything like that. Checked them, no, that's very good, Mr. Tufnell, you're free to go. Anyway, good luck, you pommy, so-and-so.
Right.
And I've gone, oh, hold on a minute, I think that's my first sledge. Yeah. So, just all things about the Ashes, and they say coming up as well. So
Your debut was at the MCG.
Oh,
your
my
test,
life.
the debut. So your first game, your first test for England was the MC. 90,000 people screaming at you.
Might have been a few more.
Yeah.
About 100,000. Yeah, I don't think they'd allow that now. Like a duty of care to a young 21-year-old. But I got the nod for that. And, amazing. I mean, just an amazing experience. Can't really remember the first couple of deliveries. Just sort of went on a bit of autopilot and then got into it. But, yeah, I mean, it's just what an experience, what a debut. And then, I got naught for. I got naught for, naught not out, and naught out, which the boys very kindly christened an Audi. After the
Oh, yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah, so I didn't trouble the scorer once, but then thankfully went on to Sydney and got a fiver.
Yes.
So, just an amazing experience, and it's just everything around. In fact, my cricketing hero, actually, I'm afraid, a little bit of a dirty secret, was an Australian.
Oh.
Yeah, Dennis Lilly.
wow.
Dennis Lilly, yeah, with the hair and the tash and the medallion and what have you.
Yeah.
Great action.
Yeah, I mean, and the Lillian Thompson.
Yeah.
When I was a young boy sitting at home watching it on the telly, that. And they seem to be having a bit more fun than our guys, do you know what I mean? You used to see them with a beer after the game when our guys were a bit stuffy, but so that really sort of like pricked me interest in cricket. And I know my dad, funny actually, Dennis Lilly, my dad had a few friends that looked like Dennis Lilly.
Yeah. The tash.
Yeah. And they all used
very
to
70s tash.
Yeah, and they all used to sort of drive Triumph Stag, and be called Ron. You know what I mean? Yeah, he had a few Dennis.
I remember during the Lord's Test, I seeing him it's the only time I've ever been to Tramp's nightclub. It was quite.
Oh,
trendy.
okay, really?
He was in there dancing up a.
Phil had a season ticket.
Well, there you go. No, he was an exciting sort of player, and he looked like my kind of chap, Dennis.
Yeah.
The amazing thing is, if you got access to YouTube now, but if you love your cricket, there's so much stuff on there, including yourself. Do you ever go on there and watch yourself bowling and all that?
Well, not as a rule. No, I mean occasionally.
I'd be tempted.
No, well, yeah. I mean, I perhaps see myself getting the odd wicket or two, but not when they used to get 600 for three. Or something. I don't.
There was one in Sydney in '95, wasn't it? You 656. You had a good one. Is that right?
No, Sydney. Yeah, I think it was a little bit less than 650. I think it was 6 or something or other. It might have been the match figures.
Right, match figures, yeah.
Match figures, yeah. So that was my first fiver. We got close to winning there. But I mean, it was the weather. Everything. It was the weather. Everything seemed bright. Everyone was in singlets and everything was yellow and blue and the sky was blue. It was just such a sort of appealing sight to me touring Australia.
Yeah.
And the stadiums were fantastic.
Yeah, the scale of them there are so different to what we used to here.
Absolutely, and everyone seems to be having a right. It's very loud in Australia. You go to Lords and it's all jolly good shot and everything. But Australia, it just sort of overcame me with brightness and fun. You know what I mean? I can't wait to be going back there for this.
I just remembered this. We played in a charity match. Do you remember when your son played?
I apologise about that.
He bowled him.
He
bowled
my son's coming in with this. Yeah, well, he wasn't a bad bowler at sort of. He was only about 12.
I know.
So yeah,
listen, a wicket's a wicket, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and
I do apologise.
We had to say to him, look, he did play for England. You know what I mean?
I wasn't sure whether Cat bowled him, or I think he sort of looped it up to Nick Hancock. So he was he was bowled Tufnell, caught Hancock.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah, that's what happened. There's some. You talk about the players you loved, but obviously you knew a lot of these guys. You talk about Merv and the late great Shane Warne and others, all socially. So there's a few war stories off the field in the book as well.
No, absolutely. And as you say, and the pig gets a mention. Do you remember the pig?
Oh, yes.
With what was it, Eddie and Gat written on it, or Beefy and Gat?
Yeah, Beefy and Gat, I think it was.
Beefy and Gat written on it. Yeah, so he gets a mention. Some of the umpires. You
got slapped on the head once with a beef and onion pie, didn't you?
Walking out of the MCG through the members. I was walking out through the members, and got one of their famous pie.
Yeah.
Walking down.
About Lords a couple of years ago.
And he usually had a bit of sauce on it as well. Yeah,
and they slapped you right on the back.
Slapped it on the back of my head as I walked out.
You should have done a Mickey Quinn, had a bite out of it. Yeah, that's it.
A helmet.
I loved it over there. It is a little bit special. It's just the whole thing about it is a little bit special. From the country, the beaches are in there.
Yeah.
And if you're going over there as a youngster, as I did, it really did open my eyes to what the Ashes meant,
What about the sledging then, Phil? What's it like when you're out there? And can you hear everything, or do you have to try and block it out? Or do you take it on now and again, have a bit back?
Well, yeah, I mean, I used to quite enjoy it, I mean, there you go. Gucci, my first test... very, very nervous at the MCG. Where did he say for me to go and field? In front of Bay 13. I just went, are you sure? Bay 13 was his place at the MCG, which was renowned for getting stuck into the opposition. And that's where he decided that, to go and make me field for my first run out for England. But, crikey, you got a lot of stick. A lot of it was friendly banter, and I enjoyed it, because when you did manage to get one of them out, you could go back and give him a little bit back.
Yeah.
You mentioned Beefy there, and we were speaking to him on the show last week.
Oh, right. Now is he all right?
Oh,
he's fine. Yeah,
he's not happy about the lack of prepreparation. And,
not enough warm-up games.
I mean, I don't know what you did in your day, whether you had...
Well, we was over there for months. we used to go there for about 3.5, 4 months. Which perhaps was too long.
Yeah.
I mean, we were sort of bringing cricket to the nation. We were ambassadors for our sport.
Of course.
We'd go up country and we'd go up the Northern Territories. I think we played one at Alice Springs, and we would have played, the President's 11. We would have played New South Wales, Adelaide, and all their Shield games. Perhaps that was a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But
you felt ready, did you? I guess because you were used to the.
If anything, a little stale.
Yeah. So somewhere in between one 3-day game against your own mates. Versus all that.
Well, it's at Lilac Hill as well, which we always used to play the President's 11 at Lilac Hill, and I think Dennis bowled us out there, and I think it was about 65. But it doesn't. Doug Walter's got 70. They got all the old boys.
Yeah. Wow, like a showbiz team.
Yeah, it was, and they turned us over. But it is your first game. But the one thing that I am slightly worried about, and I make Sir Ian right there, is that it doesn't bounce above shin high at Lilac Hill. And then where's your first game?
Yeah.
The whacker, which is going to be going through chest high. So the boys have got to get accustomed quickly. And also, their pitches have changed a little bit in Australia now. They're a little bit juicier. There's a little bit of sideways movement for the seamers as well.
Likes that.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But, Archer and War.
Well, yes.
Wood.
Ward, who's he?
And we've been speaking of Harvey, and from what Harvey tells us, Mark Wood's in good nick. He's feeling fit and he's feeling ready. But it's keeping those two, especially those two boys, fit, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They won't be able to play all 5.
No.
So, it's how they're going to sort of rotate them and what have you. But, I mean, if it was down to me, I'd play them until they drop. Play
try and get ahead.
Yeah, try and get ahead.
I think the thing with Stokes as well is, he just wants to do everything. You can't blame him because he's so fantastic at it.
Yeah, he is.
Can he last the 5 tests is a big question. We hope he can.
Yeah, well...
Apparently he's very fit at the moment.
Absolutely. Well, and England's best bowler. this summer.
He was great in the summer.
He was fantastic. It was head and shoulders better than
Yeah,
that boy. I mean,
good series that was.
Oh, amazing series. Disappointing not just to get across the line at the Oval. Should have done that.
That Monday morning was something else.
What was it?
I think the whole nation was gripped to that.
What do they need? 30 with 5 wickets.
Yeah.
That would have been a lovely little confidence booster then going to Australia.
Yeah.
But I don't think these guys, they're not like, that would have scarred me for the rest of my career. I would have still been scarred from that. But these guys, these bazballers, I know that we don't like to call them that, but these guys nowadays, they just go, right, okay, and off we go. And you just get the feeling now that all these sort of little bits and pieces of the jigsaw, under Stokes and McCullum, it's kind of what this has all been leading up to, this Ashes series, and they've kind of put them all in lovely. And it's a strange place to be, but I'm feeling mildly confident.
It is amazing. The Australian players, you've had Gilchrist talking about, there's no such thing as Bazball. It's 20 years ago. Yeah. Well, McGrath with his usual.
Warne said the same thing about Bazball.
Yeah. Go. They bring out the big guns to try and sort of undermine, but I don't think that will work really.
No. I mean, the guys are going to go over. If those first couple of Test matches are going to be crucial. I mean, we were talking about it the other day. Pat Cummins injured and what have you. Which it's a shame you want Pat to be playing, but. And then they're all talking about Boland being the weak link. And
not in Australia.
He averages 12 in Australia.
Yeah, not in Australia. He's a good bowler, that guy.
There's all this lovely chat.
He's on you the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. But we did deal with him the last 2 Test matches he played.
Yeah, that's different.
Phil Tufnell was with us. We're going to have a chat a bit more about his book, Tuffers, Ashes, Heroes. Jim, the greenkeeper at Kingswood, says, Tuffers the cat, fellow Kingswood man. What an absolute... Well, Kingswood, is that golf or is that cricket?
That's golf just down the road from me, right. Nice track, So
you're regular down there?
Well, pop myself down there when I can. Have a little whack round.
Is it because you've got a good hand-eye generally as a sportsman, as a cricketer? Does that help?
I'm not bad, but I mean, the thing that always amazes me is that I could never hit it over extra cover when I batted, but it seems to go over extra cover with a driver every time I tee it. I've got the most beautiful technique to slice it. But nice track down there. Good bar.
An Ashes, we always do kind of think of the greats, and certainly players like Shane Warne around the Ashes, not just for what he did on the field, but afterwards as a pundit and on TV. Yeah. He was a great guy, and I'm sure you had a fair few nights out, a few socials with him over the years.
Yes, he was a great guy, absolute showman, often on the pitch, huge belief in his own ability. It's amazing when you rub shoulders with the real sporting greats. Is that they just, the one thing that you pick from them is that they never come off of a field and say, "Oh, was I all right?" You know what I mean? They just know. They have this ability and this belief in their ability. It's the same when I first started playing with Beefy. I only played with him in the '92 World Cup and, about 10 Test matches right at the end of his career. But, I mean, he just walked into the dressing room when we was having a bit of a dodgy time, and I could imagine it's the same with Shane, and it was just like, listen, give me the ball. Listen, I'll go and get you 100. It's this absolute clarity of what they're going to do. Doesn't matter who else is. We were all worried about Merv Hughes. Don't worry about them. They're worrying about me. It's great when you come across.
There are some amazing videos of him after he finished playing, of him just going through his repertoire.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Well,
isn't it?
I played in the game, the ball of the century.
Oh, of course.
Yes,
he got Gat out.
Yes, amazing. I can remember we bowled first, bowled quite nicely. I think I got 2 for, bowled them out for about 300. I think Mark Waugh caught and bowled, well bowled Phil, and a little one, I think Mark Taylor or something caught short leg. And then we're all having a shower, and up on in Old Trafford, we didn't have any, there was just a little portable telly on the wall, and we hadn't got any DVDs or any analysis on this guy, and so we're all sitting there.
Had you had a bit of a buzz about him? Nobody really talked about him at all.
He didn't have a great start to his career.
No.
Shane Warne, I think he got smacked around by Sri Lanka and India for a couple of Test matches, so didn't really come up in the team meeting. And I can remember someone saying, lads, better have a look at this bloke. This bloke's coming on to bowl. And we've all gathered round the telly, and he's sort of gone, we won't be any good. He's a leggy. He'll give us a couple of short ones. He won't be very accurate. So we're all sitting there having a chat, and he's come up, and you must remember, this was his first ball in Ashes. He's never played in Ashes. So in essence, it was a loosener. You know,
Gat's face.
It's
a picture, isn't it? It's absolutely
and he's
brilliant.
bowled this ball, you know, and it's just stunned silence as we've all just gone, oh, blimey. I'm having a look at this. And then about 2 minutes later, after this stunned silence, Robin Smith has sort of like sidled up to me and gone, Tuffers, what have you been doing for the last 2 years? And I've gone, oh, no, I'm going to have to, you know, be up against this guy for the rest of my career. But absolute showman. Great sort of warmth as well, would talk to anyone, would talk to the kids, would you know, give his
advice.
time, give his time to the opposition as well. Great man.
Definitely. That ball to Strauss also is pretty
Well, absolutely. He spun it at bloody... Oh, spun it at Mark.
Oh, you're okay. We get away with
about our spinning options because we were having a chat in the break there. And
yes.
I know that you did a thing, I remember at Lord's with Jack Leach. And,
yes, that's right.
He was really in favour and Stokes really seemed to like him. And then suddenly, I don't know. Because I think he gives him control, but...
Yeah, I think that what they talk a lot about ceilings of players now, don't they? You know, about where can they go, where can they see themselves in 2, 3, 4 years. And I think that what they've seen with Shoaib is that he's got a very, you know, big ceiling. His best ball is a really good ball, you know, but he's got to work. He's got to work on his consistency. He's got to sort of try and bowl maidens, but when he gets in his slot, he can bowl balls that are going to get you out. And I think that they think also, because he's so tall and his high release point, is that on these Australian pitches that he might get that bit of bounce, a little bit like a Nathan Lyon, who bowls that sort of overspin.
Bowler. I remember when he started, everyone sort of took the mickey out. He was just the groundsman.
500 test wickets later.
He's just got better and better and better in his career. He's a terrific bowler.
Yeah, so I think that's perhaps why they sort of like wanted a like for like of a kind of a similar kind of bowler to Nathan, but I don't think spin's going to play much part of it, actually.
Not at all.
No, doesn't sound like it.
I mean, Perth, you're not perhaps going to pick a spinner. That's why they've perhaps taken Jacks as that sort of like bloke who can come in 7 or 8 and give it an absolute smoke. And bowls pretty decent off his day-night cricket at Brisbane. Spinner's perhaps not going to bowl, you know, so I don't know whether spin's going to be where the Ashes is won and lost.
No, probably not. Jimmy Anderson, he still thinks he should be in the team.
Well,
maybe he should, but he's getting his...
I think he's smart in that he's not involved in this.
It's funny, you know, out of all those overs he's bowled on those flat, baked hard Aussie pitches, you know, with the Kookaburra ball and everything. Now, if anything, these pitches look to be a little bit spicier. I bet they gave it a thought. Well, shall we wheel him out again and just bowling little 82, 83 miles an hour, just nipping around the top of off stump when the ball's doing a little bit. But, Sir Jimmy, well played.
And the fact that he wants to play in the 100, that he wants to play any... You've got to admire him for that.
Loves it. Brilliant. Kept himself fit. Has obviously got the thirst still for wickets. You know, good luck to him. Keep going as long as you can.
And do they sledge you as a commentator when they spot you? Do they give
Aussies?
Do they give you a bit of stick? The Aussies as you're going in going in for the day.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good banter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bants, as we call it. You know, sometimes it gets a little bit ticklish, especially when you're out on the field. But it's all good-natured fun. I love going over there. I love the people over there. You know, they really take the Ashes to heart, and you give a bit of stick and you get a little bit back. You've got to be able
There's
to
a
take
line,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got, and everybody knows the line.
Yes, I think it was, you know, Mitchell Johnson. Do you remember Mitchell Johnson? They had that very fiery, talking about Jimmy Anderson, I'm going to break your arm and this, that and the other.
Yeah, that's over the line.
Yeah, it got a little bit lively, and I think they've just sort of pulled it back a little bit there. But it'll still be going on.
How did you react? I mean, the one that they always try, which was the one where they said, "Oi, Tuffers, lend us your brain. We're building an idiot."
Well, I mean, I suppose they're spot on.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I turned round, actually.
Yeah.
I turned round, and as he was bowling, which was silly. So they were kind of spot on. But, that was perhaps one of the more humorous one.
Another of your heroes is Freddie Flintoff, because we all
love him. Yes, amazing.
And he's just in these 3 series that he's done with
they're brilliant, haven't they?
They're brilliant. And the power of cricket and what he believes in is really strong, isn't it?
No, absolutely. I think it's a wonderful game. You know, I mean, it kind of saved my life a little bit when I was growing up.
You're going to be a quantity surveyor.
Well, no, that's absolute lies.
Oh, it's really? Is it really?
That needs to be taken out of Wikipedia. Yeah. A quantity surveyor could come up to me and slap me round the face, and I wouldn't know what he was. Honestly.
Where's that come from?
I do not know.
What an odd thing. Citation needed.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, you know. Like my dad invented the Muppets, you know. So
did he?
No.
Okay.
It's it used to be in the Wikipedia.
What would you have done then, Phil? You're right now.
I was a bit of a silversmith with my dad and what have you. Yeah, so down in Hatton Garden. And perhaps might have just been wandering slightly off the path, so to speak. So,
so it was a saviour for you.
Well, a little bit, yeah. And it teaches you a lot. I mean, I've still bump into my mates who I've toured with, and I'm going over there to Australia to see the guys that I've played against. It's a lovely sort of way to reconnect, and you form friendships by playing in the heat of battle that when you retire, you know, you just go, hello, mate, how are you? You know, I mean, Merv used to spit at me and snarl at me and said he's going to rip my head off. Great mates now. We'll have a couple of pints and a chat.
Well, my brother-in-law who taught you at Southgate still calls you Philip. He says, you got Philip in today. Yeah.
Well, it just goes to show that talking to Sir Ian, he fell off the boat, didn't he? He fell off the boat in Australia while fishing in the crocodile-infested waters, and Merv jumped in and saved him. You know what I mean? So,
it says a lot.
So it just goes to show.
Your career post-cricket has been fantastic. Has that surprised you that, you know, you've parlayed this, not just in cricket, but
it's been great.
Sport, I'm a celebrity.
I remember you going to art exhibitions on the One Show, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Sister Wendy.
Yeah.
Sister Wendy.
You've done some amazing stuff.
Talking about Renaissance art.
That's it. King of the Jungle. It's nuts.
I'm very lucky to have been put in those opportunities in front of me, so to speak, and loved it. But cricket's still my love.
Of course,
That's what I know. I mean, it's great to do all these different kind of things, but to sit there, best seat of the house, I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks' time, and seeing all these wonderful games develop and unfold, and to be able to talk about it and know what you're talking about, that's where my love is.